Hello everyone, welcome along to another video on the channel. My name is Ash, you'll know me as Brommer18, and today we're continuing our build up to FIFA 23. Now EA have revealed the, gameplay ahead of the new release, and there's quite a lot of announcements in it, to be fair, but in particular I wanted to hone in on what we're specialists on this channel about, and that is tactics, custom tactics to be specific. Now there have been some changes which I want to sort of talk to you guys about, tell you what they are, but also how they've left me feeling, basically, because I have to say I'm quite a bit disappointed, and I imagine you guys are going to be too, any fellow tactics enthusiasts out there. So we're going to get into it today. Before we do get into it, just a quick notice: go and check out my Patreon, the link is down below. You can get access to a range of fantastic perks on there, such as exclusive tactics videos for FIFA 22, behind the scenes videos, access to my Patreon Fantasy Premier League, Discord server, early access to videos, many great perks. So do go and check that one out. It's a great way to support the channel and get yourself some extra perks alongside it. Also hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and ring the bell so you get notifications every time I upload. Anyway, let's get into it. So as you can see here, along with the actual gameplay reveal trailer themselves, they also revealed or released this gameplay deep dive of pitch notes, and this is really what I'm looking at. It's what I look forward to most. Now, as you can see here, a massive list of many things. We're going to go into a lot of these in other videos, so do keep an eye out for them. But amongst them, kind of hidden and tucked away, was certain tactical changes. It didn't even have its own section, which kind of tells you everything you need to know about how much they've done with it this year. In order to discover the first change for the custom tactics, you have to scroll all the way down the page here. Keep going, still not there, still not there. Keep going, keep scrolling all the way down. Still haven't got there, still haven't got there, still not there yet, and there we go. Finally, we've got our first tactics change, and that is over halfway down the page. Now, it is in attacking positioning. Now, the first one was double teammate support, and what that is when you're on the ball, you can tap R1 or RB twice, and what we'll then do is it will call more than one teammate to close down the ball and help you out, give you a second possessional option. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't even know this was in the game originally. They're saying you can now call more than one teammate. I was under the impression that wasn't a thing. Maybe I missed that, but I don't know. You guys let me know. What do you think about that? So that's a good one. That's absolutely fine. Like, I like that. I want that. That's a good change. A nice quick tap of R1 or RB. Call two teammates. No problem at all. Then the next change that we have is right below this, and that is this one here: deep lying player instruction. Deep line playmaker in player instruction. We added a new player instruction for midfielders to consistently ask for the ball and gravitate towards ball handlers. Can only be applied to CDMs. So that's obviously to recreate a deep line playmaker. Now, on the surface of it, you think that sounds good. You know, a player obviously as that kind of roaming playmaker, he's going to gravitate towards the ball, he's going to show for it at all times, it's going to make it easier to play it from the back. However, did they not already have that in the game? Last year, they introduced a instruction for CDMs called free roam. The role of that was literally to recreate a deep lying playmaker. That was the whole point of it. So what's happening with that now? Like, does this replace free roam? Is this different? And if so, if it's alongside free roam, what's the difference? Because naturally, they're going to say, well, free roam, it's where the player goes into space and he's constantly moving, whereas this one is showing for the ball. But to show for the ball, you need to be in space in the first place. Do you get what I mean? Like, he's not going to be constantly marked and then go, yeah, you know, there's a player right here next to me marking me, you just give it to me and we'll go from there. Like, it doesn't work like that. So I'm a bit confused with this one. I don't get what the kind of difference is between the two, and ultimately I feel like they've just reskinned the addition that they made last year. Then we have to scroll down a little bit more, all the way to defending, and then we come to defensive positioning. Now, again, it's a similar kind of structure to what we saw in the attacking positioning. The first one is the partial team press. Double tap and hold R1 or RB, which obviously was the teammate contain. And what it does this time is, rather than send one player after the man with the ball, this time they're saying partial team press sends two of your players to closely mark the opposing players' passing options. So it's a bit different to teammate contain, where they kind of contain the ball. And what this does is it allows them to go to the ball, but you're still controlling another player, so you might be able to then close down the ball. Teammates continue to mark until R1, RB is released. The players are switched, or their teammate contained stamina runs out. So that's fine as well. I wanted them to make changes to make it into a kind of teammate press like it is on the PES games. So I guess that's what we'll kind of be getting. So absolutely big fan of that feature, no problem at all. We'll see how that one works out. And then down below, something that's good, but isn't quite enough, is these tactical changes here to the depth tactics. We set greater differentiation between both extremes of tactical depth. So for example, higher depth teams will hold their defensive line high and be quicker to push up the field when the opponent retreats. And on the other end of the scale, lower depth teams will sit deeper and not push up. Now that's very, very good. And that's something that has been an issue, obviously, on this channel when we're recreating a lot of tactics, putting a lot of custom tactics out there. It's very hard. There aren't a lot of differences. Sometimes you have a team who is set to a high line and they still go deep. Now, so that's absolutely fine. Like the fine tuning there, absolutely no problem. Obviously, we need to wait and see whether that's still in the game for if it works or not. But we shall find out. And then finally, the only other custom tactics addition. Scroll all the way down again to CPU AI, and we come to tactical awareness. And here it's really saying, out of CPU AI opponents, this is great for career mode players, which I imagine the majority of you are going to be like myself. They can now react better to on-pitch situations, both tactically and in terms of subs, updating their formation and their playing style during the match. Yeah, we'll analyse the match difficulty, score, blah, 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 and change their approach like a real manager would. And they can take into account the preferred positions of their players outside of their main role, as well as their preferred playing side. So maybe you got a striker who can also play in the wing. They might utilise that to their advantage and put the striker out on the wing. We expect this to have a significant impact on matches you play across the AI from career mode to foot, as the CPU might, for example, bring on more attacking players if they need to score, change to a more offensive formation to try and snatch an equaliser. So that's sound. That's I like that suggestion as well. Like, that should have been in the game years ago. Supposedly it's in the game now. Again, that's something we have to wait and see whether or not it works. So I have no problem with that. I like that if it does work. But then that's it. After that, there are no more tactics features confirmed within this pitch notes, and it's an absolutely gigantic pitch notes. Now, there is still a tiny bit of hope as of recording this. We still have the career mode reveal to come. We still have the matchday atmosphere reveal to come. If we have a look down here, the matchday experience, August the 5th, career mode August the 1st, and maybe some things just aren't revealed and we'll find out in the closed beta, etc. So there is a tiny bit of hope, but considering it's this big, huge pitch notes with a gameplay reveal, you'd have thought they would have mentioned it if there was something. For example, even something that would sound very small but would be huge is just for tactics to work, player instructions to work. You know, for example, if I set my keeper to sweep a keeper, I expect him to, you know, sweep. And if I set my centre-back, my wide centre-back to overlap, I expect him to, you know, overlap. Things like that. A lot of tactics, a lot of player instructions that just don't work. They're just null and void, essentially. If they could work, would be nice. You know, and then many other features like that. There's so many sort of areas they could take this. And you could look at the likes of Football Manager. You could also look at the likes of PES that have things over this game in terms of tactics, fluid formations, a whole range of things. I just feel like it's not enough. I wanted more. And I kind of had a feeling there was going to be something like this when I watched the reveal trailer for the gameplay, and you see that with all the chapters that they've got lined up, skill moves is the largest section. And that is in itself pretty kind of symbolic of their attitude towards this game. And all in all, that's about it. You know, set pieces, they have reworked, something we'll probably go into another video, but we haven't even seen corner kicks, even though they've gone a big thing about how set pieces have been reworked, so we don't know what they're like. You still can't create your own set pieces, you know, routines, etc. Again, why? So there's just so many things, and ultimately I think it's a bit of a missed opportunity and just a massive disappointment for both myself and all of you guys, many of you guys who follow my channel who will be kind of tactics enthusiasts and like to do it in game. It's just a big disappointment. As I've said though, there is still a small glimmer of hope that they will release more news on tactics, gameplay, new features, innovations, etc. with the upcoming deep dives, or maybe in the closed beta as well. And the best place to check for that is right here, because I will let you know as soon and if there is any news. So make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and ring the bell so that you get notifications every time I upload. I'm also planning to live stream pretty soon as well, and I think it might be tactical live streams. So keep an eye on that. I might have something for you very, very soon. Again, make sure you subscribe and you'll not miss a single live stream. Drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it, and check out my Patreon. The link to that is down below for all them fantastic perks that you can get. On that note, we're going to round it off there. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you soon.